Hey Stephanie, great to be back here with you again this week for week number 2 of the business critique. Okay, so I know I wrote back to you a little bit about what's going on with you, and I hope you had a chance to read through that. I totally feel where you are coming from. Like I said in the message, I have had this exact same thing happen to me. So really, I feel like you're in a transition period. And I feel like you maybe need to sit down and think about whether you want to go forward with this specific name or whether you just want to branch out and be Stephanie Reed Photography. I think whatever is you is more what you need to go with. And if Belle Diem is more what the other girl was using and you just kind of, used it because that's what she wanted to do, then I think you should just branch out and be you. I think that you're not going to lose any momentum. And to me, the best brand out there is yourself, because honestly, I mean, there's so many photographers out there and there's a lot of them that take decent pictures. So what really needs to stand out is you. And people need to hire you because of you. So sorry, excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold. So I think deciding that, and if you want help through that, I'd be happy to do that with you. But I think moving forward, we could probably pinpoint some specific critiques once you decide whether you're going to stick with Belle Diem or you are going to maybe do Stephanie Reed. If you are going to stick with Belle Diem, the thing I like about it is I like the tagline. It's a beautiful day for whatever. I like that. To me, when I think of that tagline, it makes me think of sunshine. It makes me think of happiness. It makes me think of brightness. And I'm not sure that I get that from your current logo. I get it more from the past logo, even though I still think you could do something that's more you than what this past logo is. Looking at your Pinterest board, I feel like you do like some bright colors and you like some fun pattern and things like that, very similar to what I like. And so I feel like using that as your inspiration to come up with a logo that catapults you into whatever your future business is without that other girl is really where you need to go. I feel like this logo has a lot going on. With the words here plus these words plus the flower plus the the burlap looking and then the turquoise and the chevron. To me, that's a lot going on and my eye gets a little distracted. Whereas I think you could do something fun with just these words. I feel like if you have to say photography by Stephanie Reed and Belle Diem, maybe one or the other. You could still be photography by Stephanie Reed, and then your tagline could be "It's a beautiful day for," or stick with the Belle Diem, but maybe just I don't know, incorporate something bright, happy, and sunshiny. That's what the tagline means to me. I don't know if that helps you, and that's just what I think of when I read that tagline. And I feel like you can incorporate that into your logo, and incorporate you into your logo. And I'm not necessarily making the connection with what you pinned on Pinterest to what this particular logo looks like. That would just be my only critique. And again, I think it's just because you're in a transition, and we all go through that. My logo went through 2 or 3 changes before I ever got a professional person to make my logo, and I've stuck with it. Before that, I was doing it. I was, getting on Etsy. I was doing all these different things, and I was changing it all the time because I really wasn't stopping to think about what I wanted as a brand. And once you start doing that and taking some notes on what you want your brand to be, I think you can come up with a more cohesive logo that speaks to who you are as a photographer. And if right now is not the time to purchase a logo, I think that should be a goal. I think as much as I hated to spend the money that I spent on my logo, it was worth it in the long run because it's professional, it's clean, it's me. I took the time and went over what I wanted with the graphic artist. They asked me questions. A really good graphic artist is going to ask you in-depth questions about who you are and what your business is, rather than what colors do you like or whatever. So I think that would be a direction to aim toward. Again, I really do love the tagline, and I think you could keep going with that. I think if you make notes of how you want your clients to feel and then compare that to your name and your tagline and see if that matches up, then you've got a good thing going. Because a brand truly is more than just your logo. A logo is just what people see. A brand is what people feel when they look at your stuff, when they look at your photos, when they are actually being photographed by you. And then everything like logo and packaging and things like that should fall in as an extension of your brand. So, and my challenge to you would be to take a little bit of time and think about whether you want to move forward with Belle Diem or whether you want to move forward with something completely different. I think either way you go, it will be incredible. I just think you need to stop and think about what you want. And then from there, think about what you want your clients to feel when they look at your photos, when they get photographed by you, and then your brand should be an extension of that. Your logo, your packaging, and everything should be an extension of that. And if it were me, my suggestion would be to, maybe stick with the Belle Diem and stick with that line, "It's a beautiful day for," but do something, when I think of a beautiful day, I think of sunshine and happiness. So I think that maybe incorporating a brand like that would be a really good way to go. And if you would like to write down some things that you want your clients to feel when they think of you and they think about what is a Belle Diem senior? And send that to me. I'd love to look at it. I think that would help us on the right track to getting you, a cohesive brand that you're going to be super excited for, and you're going to be, your clients are going to love, and all of that good stuff. I think you're, like I say, I think you're doing a great job of, figuring out where you want to be and stuff. But these things do take some time. And since you just got out of that sort of business relationship with the other person, give yourself a little slack and know that you really can sit down and think about what you want now, because you don't have to worry about somebody else involved. So I hope that helps. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving this weekend. Like I say, I'd love to see your list of things that you want your brand to be about, what your clients feel when they think about you. I mean, a good brand tells a great story. So I think having a story behind your photography business and brand is a good way to go. And I'd love to read it if you don't mind sharing. You just post it right on this feed. But good job and keep up the good work, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.